But they wanted to be here today to share a few words, so I'm going to relay the message from their president, Tommy Hugh. In keeping with an earlier resolution passed by the San Diego County Democratic Party and opposition to fast-tracking of the Trans-Pacific Partnership by the California Democratic Party, San Diego County Democrats for Environmental Action would like to join in its opposition to the TPP due to environmental matters, along with related labor and consumer concerns. TPP countries and negotiating partners continue to engage in unsustainable logging as well as trade practices that result in the buying and selling of wildlife as trophy or luxury related items, resulting in irreversible declines in biodiversity and endangered species. TPP has less than clear provisions on shark finning and management systems to prevent overfishing, and coupled with larger concern over the TPP's potential aggravation of climate change by carbon-based fuel sources, a thorough national conversation is required for the TPP, not a fast-track blank slate. When something is kept hidden from view and without the benefit of public oversight, available only for a very few to lay eyes upon, the impression given is there is something to hide. Please support our coalition partners in asking elected officials and representatives to reconsider their stances favoring fast-tracking of the TPP. Okay, so that was from San Diego County Democrats for their support.
Oh shit.
Congressman Peters' office, which is very inspiring. So it's when we unite like this, labor and environment and everyone who cares about accountability, democracy, and public interest, we have a winning coalition. So the reason I'm here today is because Climate Action Campaign works on local campaigns to protect our climate. We're working on the Climate Action Plan, as many of you know, which has some pretty ambitious goals in it. It doesn't give us everything we want, but it does have some pretty ambitious measures for San Diego to mitigate its carbon footprint. It calls for 100% clean energy. 100%. That'll put us as one of only a handful of cities in the nation, a handful of cities worldwide that are aiming for such an ambitious goal. It calls for more energy efficiency. It calls for getting people out of their cars and onto their bikes and onto public transit. It also calls for efficiency and zero waste. So these are the kinds of local initiatives that we can really make an impact. And the reason why we oppose TPP is because the TPP threatens this kind of local action on the part of local governments. Essentially what the TPP does, it will make it more difficult for local governments like San Diego to pass climate action plans. Additionally, it will give governments less power and corporations more power to sue local governments for protecting the public interest, whether it's workers, whether it's the environment, whether it's public health. It gives corporations more power and gives local governments less power. It allows corporations to sue local governments for these kind of protections that when we work so hard for climate action plans, it will subject us to litigation. Not only that, but it might hinder our enforcement of those laws, and it might stop us from doing things like mandating government green purchasing or other types of environmental mandates. But not only will it limit our ability to actually pass and implement these laws, but it will undermine the very nature of the political process, because these local laws are only as good as their ability to incentivize change. And if we can't pass, if we pass 100% renewable energy, 100% clean energy here in San Diego, but then we're exporting dirty energy abroad, and we're exporting dirty technology, outdated technology abroad, that keeps the market for dirty energy alive. we need to incentivize technological innovations to get us to a clean energy future. And this is urgent. The climate scientists tell us that we have a limited window of opportunity to act, and measures like the TPP that stand in our way are putting the health and safety of our planet in jeopardy. So we're here today to ask Congressman Peters to say no to the TPP, to say no to the fast track, and listen really to the people in this protest here who got him elected. He needs to listen to us. So that's why we're here, and thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katt and Climate Action Campaign. Next, it's my pleasure to turn it over to Masada Dizenhouse, and she is a co-founder of San Diego 350, and yeah, take it away.
Hi everyone. I'm not sure how much I can add to what has already been said, but I'm very happy to see all of you here and to be here representing San Diego 350, which is an affiliate of 350.org, which is very much putting energy into opposing the TPP nationally, and to be here alongside our allies. So scientists have made it crystal clear that we must reduce carbon pollution to prevent climate impacts that threaten our health, our economy, and our children. We're talking about leaving 80% of known fossil fuel reserves in the ground, and about a huge global transition to clean energy on a very short timeline. We can't afford to waste any time. Multinational oil, coal, and gas companies have been doing everything they can to delay and block that transition. And they've been allowed to continue pouring carbon pollution into our atmosphere while we pay the cost. And the TPP in its current version would give them even greater ability to put roadblocks in the way of climate action. How do we know that this trade agreement is bad news for climate change and the environment? One way is because 85% of the people writing up this deal come from lobbying groups for massive corporations. And when lawyers for Exxon and Shell are writing the rules, you know their top concerns aren't fighting climate change or protecting workers' rights. Another way is because they're trying really hard not to let us see what's in this agreement. You've probably heard that even members of Congress can only review it by entering a secure windowless room on Capitol Hill without a phone, any notes, or their staff. And the parts that have been leaked so far confirm the worst. In short, the TPP is a toxic trade agreement that is driven by the same huge corporations who use their immense political influence to prevent climate action and put profits over people. These corporations want to remove every obstacle to achieving profit, even when those obstacles are democratically instated laws that protect our children's health and the health of our planet. Most votes that Congressman Peters will take this session won't matter very much, honestly. Because of the partisan nature of the House at the moment, the Republicans are calling the shots. However, this is one vote that will really make a difference because there's bipartisan support on both sides of the issue. And we need to say to him, you know, this is the vote that matters to us. Emily's going to give you his phone number in a few minutes. We should all just call him right now and say, hey, this is a vote that matters. We need you to vote no. As Diane and others said, Congressman Peters has been a strong voice for climate action and protecting our environment. We need him to stand with us today to protect our health, our economy, and our planet, and to oppose this corporate power grab that is simply incompatible with the clean energy revolution we need in order to stave off climate disaster. So, say it with me. Congressman Peters.
Congressman Peters.
We're counting on you.
We're counting on you.
Say no to the TPP.
Say no to the TPP.
Hold on, Masada, I think we need to hear that one once more.
Yes, we do.
One more time. One more time.
Congressman Peters.
Congressman Peters.
Stand with us.
Stand with us.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Protect our climate.
Protect our climate.
Say no to the TPP.
Say no to the TPP.
Thank you, Masada. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for being here, including other groups that are supporting our action today. The San Diego County Democrats for Environmental Action, Animal Protection and Rescue League, and Women Occupy San Diego. And a huge thanks to everybody that spoke today, Davin with Sierra Club San Diego, Diane with Environmental Health Coalition, Katt with Climate Action Campaign, and Masada with San Diego 350. Let's give them all another big round of applause.